Keeping the banana hat on, Twitter is being sued by the music industry, the NMPA. There's a whole page of just plaintiffs here. So that's a lot of plaintiffs. It's in Tennessee, and it's for copyright infringement of music. This is a civil action seeking damages and injunctive relief for Twitter's willful copyright infringement. Twitter fuels its business with countless infringing copies of musical compositions, violating publishers' and others' exclusive rights under the law. Now, you know how Twitch and other social media companies have handled this. They've bought some kind of license. They've got some kind of blanket license to allow these things to exist, or they have to observe the DMCA's safe harbor provisions and take down stuff that the RIAA and NMPA and other music content owners in general think is infringing. If they have a good faith belief, if they have a subjective, sincerely held good faith belief that the material is infringing, then they can send a takedown notice basically without any consequences. So when Twitter gets a DMCA takedown notice, they have to take stuff down or face, I guess, a lawsuit. While numerous competitors recognize the need for proper licenses and agreements for the use of musical compositions on their platforms, Twitter does not, and instead breeds massive copyright infringement that harms music creators. Plaintiffs are major and independent music publishing companies that work with songwriters, etc. And of course, Twitter owns and operates Twitter. Nashville is a popular location for making music, and infringing activity on Twitter is no accident. Twitter widened its business model to compete more aggressively with other social media sites for users, advertisers, and subscribers, says the plaintiffs in their complaint. By design, the Twitter platform became a hot destination for multimedia content, with music-infused videos being of particular and paramount importance. Videos draw much higher rates of engagement than posts merely including text, images, or animated GIFs. There is a vibrant existing market for social media companies to pay fees for the use of musical compositions. Social media companies such as TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Snapchat have entered into agreements with music publishers and other rights holders that compensate creators of musical compositions for use of their works on these platforms. Now, I don't want to speculate further. It is no secret that I'm no fan of Elon Musk and Elon Musk's Twitter, but I do have to wonder aloud, was there something in place before Musk took over Twitter, and that's why this lawsuit comes now, as opposed to comes before? What was the reason? Can someone tell me, or maybe in the comments, what's going on there? Why did this lawsuit not come earlier? Did Jack Dorsey's Twitter have better control over these things? Did they pay a license fee or something? And is Musk doing the thing that he's done in other cases and maybe not paid his rent or not paid his employees, or in his case, not paid for his licensing fee for music? Twitter knows perfectly well that they haven't secured licenses for music. They profit handsomely from it. And the NMPA has spent significant time and money to identify specific infringements and notify Twitter of them, and Twitter has repeatedly failed to take the most basic step of expeditiously removing or disabling access to the infringing material. They're using the DMCA language here from the text of the DMCA. So they are looking to pierce the safe harbor provisions of the DMCA, and it sounds like they will be able to do that. They make some arguments about why they should be in Tennessee, and there's going to be a whole bunch of plaintiffs. We're going to skip all that. There's a lot in here of just like explaining what Twitter is, and of course that music has proliferated on basically all social media platforms. Twitter's policies demonstrate that Twitter views itself, not the law, as the arbiter of what content is permitted on the Twitter platform. Twitter makes case-by-case determinations of whether to remove content from the platform in response to copyright infringement notices. Despite claiming to take down tweets, it takes a long time. Twitter often waited weeks, a month, or even longer before removing or disabling access to the noticed infringement in NMPA notices. Okay, this part I can say for sure. I've had more than one client who was unable to get Twitter to respond to them within weeks or months. And then Twitter eventually responds with a simple message. Oh, we need more information about this, or yes, the thing was disabled, or no, it wasn't, or whatever. Or, please send us an appeal, or please send us some ownership information, or whatever. And they did it like 6 or 8 or 12 weeks after sending a DMCA notice, which is just unbelievable and should put them outside their safe harbor. So that behavior was not new. As an example, Twitter failed to take down 240 infringing tweets incorporating "What a Wonderful World" within 14 days of a notice. 120 of those were still available a month later, and 24 still available 2 months later. Twitter does so to maximize the benefit it receives from the infringing content. So that should put them outside of their safe harbor. Twitter fails to implement a repeat infringer policy. This is the Cox case. Assuming that the Supreme Court upholds it, Cox means that Twitter can be held liable for not suspending accounts that repeatedly infringe. Now, what the standards are for that is still in dispute. Does it have to be court cases, repeatedly infringing court cases, or repeatedly infringing notices? What about these notices as adjudicated? Who has found that these notices are good notices? So there's arguments to be made there. They give some examples of repeat infringing accounts. One has 24 notices, 37 infringing tweets, still not down. Another 23 notices, 64 infringing tweets, still not down. 23 notices, 39 infringing tweets, still not down. Twitter has the ability to supervise and control its users' activity. That's one of the DMCA safe harbor elements. And of course, Elon Musk has been hostile towards the DMCA, saying that it is a plague on humanity. I'm sure that will go over well with a judge or jury who has to rule on these things. Then they argue damages, and then they make their claims for direct copyright infringement, for contributory copyright infringement, and for vicarious copyright infringement, asking for up to $150,000 per work willfully infringed, as you do. That's pretty high, but maybe for this level of disregard for copyright law, if these things are as true as the plaintiff has said. I can believe it, having seen how Elon Musk runs Twitter. I can also kind of believe it seeing how Twitter was run before Elon Musk. So it might not be fair to include Musk in there. But that's who it is now. And there were some other facts that the plaintiff was able to include just because of Musk's hostility towards the DMCA and copyright law. That will be a fun one to watch to see what happens. I don't know if Twitter's going to be crashing down, or if there will be some way for it to repair itself and the bird will rise like the phoenix out of the ashes. Who knows? But we'll be watching, and I'll keep an eye on the case and update you as it proceeds. More than likely, unless the music industry really wants to take it to Twitter, which could happen, I would think that there would be a settlement here. The amount of money the music industry is going to be looking for versus the amount of money Elon Musk has available to just sort of throw at the problem. It is possible he could throw some money at the problem. But it's also possible that egos could get in the way here. Who knows? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed today's show. I love you all. Thank you for your support. This is a community-supported channel. I do not take advertising dollars from third-party advertisers selling you wallets and VPNs and things. Maybe I should, but let's try to keep this a community-supported channel for as long as I can. In the month of June, thank you to the $50 counselor supporter levels. I think it's counselor. Eevi, Ugly Grill, Torpedan, PureMagma, Eric Tams, TechTechPotato, Gutbrodj, King Aries, The Bloodsoaked Survivors, Kyle Siefring, and please do not credit this account. The $5 plus supporters are scrolling on the screen as well. I love you all, and I will see you in the videos that drop. We should have a show on the 25th, but not a show on the 2nd of, July, 1st of July, something like that. And I'll see you then on the 8th or 7th or whatever that next Sunday is. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.